All right, guys. We are live with another one, guys. Okay, we are live with another one. The mic is hot, guys. You already know what this is. This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel, the only channel where the fans come first, not last. All right, guys, this is post UFC 325. We have a lot to talk about. Okay. First and foremost, let's start off with the night. Okay, with my UFC fight predictions, guys. I went 8-5. That's a winning record. Okay, guys. I went 8-5. So with UFC 324 and UFC 325, with those two predictions, right now, as it stands for 2026, I'm off to a great start, guys. I am 16-8 overall as it stands for my 2026 record. We're going to keep getting these dubs. But let's get into it, guys. First and foremost, let's talk about the champ, man. Let's talk about Alex, man. Let's talk about Alex. Guys, I was watching that fight, and as I'm watching the fight, I'm literally sitting there telling myself, this looks exactly, this looks like round 6 of their last fight. You know what I mean? If there was a round 6. Round 6, round 7, round 8, round 9, and round 10, to be honest with you. Volk had the same game plan. The only difference is that he went the other direction. Lopez learned how to cut him off going one direction, but the other direction he didn't feel as comfortable. Atrocious, guys. I knew 10 months wasn't going to be a large amount of time for Diego Lopez to make the right adjustments. And that's facts, guys. And it showed in this fight. And I'll tell you what, the UFC is not doing Diego Lopez any favors. Just because he did get another title shot 10 months later after losing the first, shot that he had. Guys, Diego Lopez is young, excuse me. How long are we going to have to wait to see another Diego Lopez championship fight? I know for a fact he will never get another title shot until Volk is out of there. So it's going to be a while till Diego Lopez actually can get a title shot. Jesus, how you doing? No one is seeing. How you doing? But yeah, guys, I mean, Alex went out there and he pitched another shutout. Phenomenal. Obviously, this isn't the old Volk of the past, in my opinion. You know what I mean? This is definitely not the old Volk, man. This is not the Volk who fought Islam Makhachev the first time. It just definitely isn't. How you doing, Ben? Hello to you, guys. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel, guys. Easier than going to your local ATM, guys. Honestly. But I mean, I know for a fact this is not that Volk that fought Islam Makhachev the first time. I know that for sure. And this is definitely not the Volk who fought Max Holloway and beat Max Holloway 3 times. It definitely isn't the same Volk. But even at 37, Volk is at a high level, and he's showing that there's levels to this game, and it's not like he's making huge improvements. You know what I mean? He really isn't. He's just adjusting to the other person's game plan. Not only adjusting to the other person's game plan, but he's also adjusting on the fly per round. Okay? So do I say, was it a phenomenal fight? A fight that, kept me entertained? Um it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Definitely wasn't something like, where you're like, oh man, I want to watch that again. You know what I mean? That was like fight of the year. No, it definitely wasn't. It was a good fight, very competitive. It was more like a technical fight. It wasn't like the first time around, but I thought for Diego Lopez to go in there after 10 months, the UFC did him a disservice, and now we might not see Volk ever get a championship title shot. Maybe in the future, but I tell you what, uh, no time soon. All right, no time soon, guys. That's facts. Let's talk about the co-main event, guys. Let's talk about the co-main event. Let's talk about Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis. Congratulations to Benoit Saint Denis. I mean, just a phenomenal game plan. He went in there and he did exactly what I thought he should do, which is utilize that wrestling, that grappling, take Dan Hooker down, and he did. Okay, guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, like I always say, the only channel where the fans come first, not last, guys. Run up these likes and run up these subscriptions, guys. But like I said, for Dan Hooker, I mean, he unfortunately he's just up against high level competitors right now. You know, he's right there in the mix, but unfortunately, he's in the mix with the best of the best. I mean, his last fight was Armin Sarukian. Guys, we already know Armin Sarukian is the uncrowned champion in that lightweight division, and that's facts, guys. Okay, we got Ilya Taporia over here doing no call, no shows. Okay, so Armin Sarukian is the uncrowned champion. Look at Dan Hooker. He has to fight Armin Sarukian, and then 3 months later, he has to fight another high level competitor in Benoit Saint Denis and get pounded on. Pause, no Diddy. That's facts. Okay, that is facts. Now, I love Dan Hooker. What's next for Dan Hooker? I'm not sure. We're going to talk more about that. But I mean, I got to say, for Benoit Saint Denis, he did exactly what I thought he should do. Okay, if you go back and you watch my UFC fight predictions, I mentioned if Benoit Saint Denis is able to go in there and utilize that grappling and that wrestling, okay, and hold Dan Hooker down and do some, some ground and pound pause, I think he'll be able to win the fight. But I did go with Dan Hooker to win the fight because I thought Dan Hooker will be able to stay on his feet. But unfortunately, Benoit Saint Denis definitely proved me wrong, and that's facts. Now, I don't know what's next for Benoit Saint Denis. Huge win for him. I don't know what's next for Dan Hooker, in my opinion. They should book Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler at the White House. That's a banger, okay? And they need to right that wrong. In my opinion, they need to right that wrong. Dan Hooker was the first fight for Michael Chandler to come into the UFC, and Michael Chandler knocks out Dan Hooker. If this fight happens again, I believe that fight goes the other way around. I think Dan Hooker knocks out Michael Chandler, and that's facts, guys. And I think that's what should be next. That fight should be next for Dan Hooker. Okay, but we shall see, guys. Easier said than done. We already know the UFC, they do what they want these days. Okay, they do what they want. Nobody wants to see Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, guys. That's facts. Okay, nobody wants to see that. What else? What else, guys? Christian, how you doing, Christian? Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat, man. How you doing? How you been? Did you like UFC 325? All right, and if so, what did you rate the card? 0 being trash, 10 being best. Let me know in the chat. I did rate this card a 7.4. I believe I rated it a 7.4 prior to the event starting. And I have to tell you something, guys. My grade for this event did go down. I'm definitely going to let you know what my grade is for UFC 325. But let's keep it moving. Rafael Fiziev takes a huge L against Mauricio Ruffy. I mean, look, we already knew Ruffy is a phenomenal striker. I thought Rafael Fiziev was going to be able to go in there and be more technical. I thought he was the more durable fighter, but unfortunately, Mauricio Ruffy proved me wrong. He went in there, and basically struck with Rafael Fiziev and, kept it standing. And it was very interesting in the first round. And in the second round, he caught him with a right hand, I believe. It was a straight right hand. And Rafael Fiziev went down. And Ruffy just did a great job on staying on him, okay, and being very technical throughout the process. Jack, how you doing? Blessings to you, Jack. Welcome back to your channel and welcome back to your chat. And then Rafael Fiziev found himself in, a dark alley, basically ducking and dodging, punches from Ruffy, and Ruffy, ended up finding the finish, and the referee had to stop it. Nobody finishes Rafael Fiziev in that manner. Let me tell you something. For Ruffy, that's a huge, huge win. Huge L for Rafael Fiziev. I'll tell you that much because I did pick him to win this fight. I thought he was a more durable fight, a more technical fight, but unfortunately, Ruffy proved me wrong. Like I said, you were right about Patty, bro. Good call by you. Patty got exposed. Look, I did say that, guys. Okay, unfortunately, I had no belief in Patty Pimley. Okay, I know what my eyes see, and what my eyes see, I'm not gonna fight against it. Okay, I'm not gonna fight against it. And what my eyes saw was a guy who, wasn't a high level striker, not at all. You know what I mean? And his ability to um adapt to striking and be technical is just not there for Paddy Pimblett. So I knew for a fact he was going to be a human punching bag, and Justin Gaethje did oblige. Christian says, "Man, UFC 325 was absolutely epic. The crowd in Sydney, Australia, was going absolutely nuts." Especially when Alex Volkanovski defeated Diego Lopez to successfully defend his featherweight title. Look, Christian, I can't disagree with you. You know what I mean? I thought UFC 325 was a great card. I did rate it a 7.4, but my grade ended up going down just for the simple fact that the fights, they just weren't that exciting in my opinion. You know what I mean? They just weren't that exciting. I will give you my grade overall in a minute. But hold on a second. Jack says, you said Armin will beat Patty, and this was facts. I give you credit there for sure. Look, I mean, if Armin Sarukian was to fight Patty Pimblett, Armin Sarukian will go to jail for murder or manslaughter. Okay, maybe murder in the second degree. Okay, facts. Guys, another topic I did want to talk about, and I want to talk about this briefly. Okay, I don't want to sit here and complain and talk about this for the next 45 minutes because guys, I could literally sit here for the next 3 days and do a live, do a 48-hour, okay, live specifically on this topic, okay, guys? But I'm going to make it real quick, okay? Real quick and simple. All right? And I'm going to tell you once again, guys, the heavyweight division is in shambles. I said it before and I'll say it again. Okay. Line up everybody in that heavyweight division besides Waldo Cortez Acosta. Okay. Line them up on a freeway, guys, and run them over. Run them over, every single one of them besides Waldo Cortez Acosta, guys. The reason why I said Ty Teorasa and Taliesin to share, guys. If that doesn't prove that the heavyweight division is in shambles, it literally the whole heavyweight division is a cemetery, a bunch of dead bodies. Okay, atrocious, guys. After fighting for 45 seconds, both of these guys couldn't even throw a technical successful punch, guys. Okay, and this is supposed to be the heavyweight division, where is the baddest man on the planet. Okay, and instead it looks like the fattest man on the planet, guys. Let me read some of the comments. Jack says, uh let me see. Both these cards have been trash, bro. No high level fighters, no Islam, no Ilya, no Portan. Just be level fighters. Volk got that belt handed to him by Ilya. Damn. Jack is going in, man. Dixie says, I love you. Thank you so much, Dixie. I appreciate it. I love you too. Jack says, Tom versus Gone needs to happen. I mean, is Tom actually done going on tour like a boy or like a boy band? Okay, the guy is basically Backstreet Boys. Okay, screaming that I'm blind, guys. Okay, went on a damn world tour. All right, is he done going on his world tour? Huh? Because I would love to see Tom Aspinall get killed in the octagon, guys. Christian says, man, I gotta say, Alex Volkanovski absolutely destroyed Diego Lopez inside the octagon. His striking was crisper, more technical than the first fight against Diego Lopez. Absolutely ruthless. Christian, I absolutely agree with you. Unfortunately, like I said in the beginning of this live, okay, this second fight around with Diego Lopez and Volk, it was basically like round 6 through round 10. Basically the same strategy, just going the other direction. Diego Lopez feeling uncomfortable in moments to cut the cage, couldn't cut the cage. You know what I mean? Uh, Volk doing a good job of using his footwork, utilizing that to really, implement his game plan. I mean, phenomenal. That was phenomenal. But what's not phenomenal, guys, is the heavyweight division. Taito Avasa, he's on a 6-fight losing streak, guys. The guy says he has one more, and I don't know what to say, guys. Okay, I love Teo Vasa. I love it. You know what I mean? I knew for a fact that I was not gonna see a shoey, okay, in Sydney, Australia. I knew that for sure, guys. Okay, and that's facts. Okay, the way that guy performs, get out of here. That guy cuts. He has to cut to make 265, guys. The guy has to cut to make heavyweight weight, guys. Come on, man. Like, got one job, one opportunity to seize everything he ever wanted. One moment. Teo Avasa did not capture shit. Okay? 6-fight losing streak. The only guy really to go on a 6-fight losing streak, because we all know, guys, we've seen guys on a 10-fight winning streak get cut by the UFC, guys. And here, Teo Avasa going on a 6-fight losing streak, talking about I still got one more. Maybe the UFC will give him one more. But after that performance, I'm at a loss for words. Honestly. And I got Taliesin Teixeira. The guy shows no improvement at all. His number one game plan was to take down Taito Avasa and utilize his grappling and his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Taliesin Teixeira couldn't even do so. The heavyweight is in shambles. I'm done with that division. Waldo Cortez Acosta is the true champion in that division, guys. Let me see. Jack says, agree. Francis Ngannou was the best UFC heavyweight ever. I mean, he was, and there was a lot of other heavyweights out there that were great. Okay, we got Fedor Emelianenko. We got Randy Couture. We got a lot. Okay, we got a lot of guys out there. We got Verducio Verdum. I forget his name. Dixie says, you are so cute. Can I take you to dinner? Can you take me to dinner? Can you take me to dinner? Are you asking me where are we going? Where are we going for dinner? Let me know. Christian says, I got to give credit to Diego Lopez for being tough as hell inside the octagon. But I'm telling you right now, Alex Volkanovski is without a doubt greatest featherweight champion 2025, 2026. It's hard to argue with that. You know what I mean? Honestly, it's hard to argue with that. The only person that I think that you can argue that's, can compete with Volk would have to be, Jose Aldo. I mean, Jose Aldo was just undefeated for like 12 years. The guy was just phenomenal. Let me see. Jack says, no, Volk is not Ilya. KO'd him, bro. So that makes him the best. I don't know, guys. I don't when it comes to Ilya, I don't know about Ilya anymore. The guy is doing no call, no shows. Okay. When is he gonna come back to the UFC? Hassan, how you doing, Hassan? Guys, like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Okay, run up these likes and run up these subscriptions. Hassan, how you doing? Welcome back to your channel. Welcome back to your chat. At Christian Featherweight, only Islam took care of him becoming a double champ. Hassan says, at Jack, tell Ilya to accept Armin's call out. I mean, let me tell you something. I don't think Ilya is going to accept anything, guys. Okay, he is running, okay, ducking and dodging, okay, like he's basically Keanu Reeves in the Matrix. And that's facts, guys, okay? Doing no call, no shows. Atrocious, guys. Atrocious. That's what I have to say. Honestly. All right. But guys, let me go ahead and give you my overall grade for UFC 325. In my opinion, UFC 324 was a lot better than UFC 325. UFC 324 did, in my opinion, excuse me, in my opinion, it over delivered. But UFC 325 under delivered. I did rate it a 7.4 prior to the event starting, but now my grade for this event, guys, is a low. What did I grade it? It's a low 6.4, guys. Okay, it is a low 6.4, and I can honestly go lower, guys. I'm being nice. I'm being generous. Okay, because I could go low to I'm talking to the to 6.1. Okay, all right, was not that great, but it wasn't that bad. Okay, Jack says I give it a 5. Last week I give it a 6. Trash fighters. Hey man, I hear you. I mean, last week, there was a lot of KOs. Even though you might not like the fighters, you might not know the fighters. Excuse me. Last week there were a lot of KOs on that fight. I believe like over 70% of the fights, or over 60% of the fights were ended in KO. It was a phenomenal night, phenomenal card for UFC 324. It honestly was. UFC 325 under delivered 6.4. That's my overall record for that one. I mean, overall grade for that one, guys. Christian says also got to say Tato Avasa versus Taliesin Cesaro was absolutely trash. By far the most atrocious fight in the heavyweight division. And at the UFC 25 in Sydney, Australia, UFC better cut Tuivasa. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, I just spent literally like the last 5 minutes complaining about Tai Tuivasa and Taliesin Cesaro. Okay, about that heavyweight division being in shambles. Okay, line them up on a freeway. Everybody besides Waldo Cortez Acosta, run them over, because everybody in that heavyweight division is a bunch of dead bodies. Okay, that division is a cemetery. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, a cemetery. I don't know what they're gonna cook up, to be honest with you, in that heavyweight division, because there's nothing exciting about that. There's nothing, guys. There's nothing. The only thing that can happen is John Jones comes back and he fights, Alex Pereira. That's the most exciting thing that can happen. The next exciting thing that can happen is Waldo Cortez Acosta knocks out Tom Aspinall, and that's it. Honestly, guys, that's about it. All right. What else? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I do want to mention. Okay, I did want to mention and touch up on Paramount actually doing a great job on managing their time. On time management, they did a great job. I mean, the event did start early, and it ended up ending earlier than the first event. I believe like an hour and a half earlier than the first event. So I got to give them a round of applause. You know what I mean? At least they didn't bombard me with as much ads as UFC 324. But UFC 325 did have a lot of ads as well, but it wasn't as much. And it looked like, in my opinion, they had control over it. And the time management over it as well was very, very good. So congratulations to Paramount. Congratulations to UFC for ironing out, okay, some of the issues that a lot of people were talking about. So I wanted to touch up on that really fast. And I also want to touch up on what's next for Volk, guys. I mean, in my opinion, there's nothing else to prove for Volk. He can walk away if he wanted to, but I heard in a new contract. I mean, I heard in an interview that he's got a new contract and he's getting paid more money. So most likely he's going to want to, incentivize that contract. So maybe he got maybe 2 more fights in him. But we shall see, guys. We shall see. Christian says, I'm telling you right now, Teoto Avasa needs to be absolutely terminated from the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He is so fucking done. His UFC career is absolutely destroyed. Kick him out. Guys, like I said, I've seen fighters, okay? I've seen fighters literally go on a 10-fight winning streak, okay? And the UFC cut him. Literally, I've seen it. Okay, I've seen fighters go on a 10-fight winning streak and get cut, guys. That's facts. So when it comes to Tai Tuivasa, he should have been cut a long time ago. Unfortunately, he hasn't. He's on a 6-fight losing streak. He says he has one more. Maybe the UFC would toss him, a little something, for he could end on a high note. But we shall see, guys. Easier said than done. Okay. Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, and Dana White need to get together, okay, hold hands, and pray to the MMA gods that nothing crazy happens in 2026. Because I can tell you what, a lot of shenanigans have happened. A lot of shenanigans have happened already, guys. But anyways, guys, you already know what this is, okay? This is OE MMA TV. I'm your host, OE. Like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It takes minimal effort to give me the thumbs up, so you might as well do it. Thank you for supporting independent MMA media, guys. And like I always say, this is your channel. The only channel where the fans come first, not last. Hey, guys, I'm out of here. Until next time, one love.